Salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Brothers, issue which I wanted to speak on, you can say it's a response to a video by Hanafi Fiqh channel, and I've noticed this myself as well many times, or every day we notice it. Whenever you go to masjid, Imam is starting the Fard Salah and people are praying Sunnah, And in other madhahib, they say it's not allowed. You should not pray the Sunnah in the morning and join the Salat with the Imam. But the Hanafis say no, it's not allowed. You cannot leave the Sunnah. You have to pray it and then join the Imam. This view is a wrong view. And there is a video which I've seen on YouTube by someone. He claims to be a sheikh, but yet he is following an imam blindly. What kind of sheikh is he? A muqallid can never become sheikh. This is written in Usul al-Shashi, Hanafi Usul book. You claiming to be muqallid, a person who do not understand Quran and Sunnah, and yet you explain hadith to people. This is something strange coming from these people. But I've asked them this question a few times, but the response is not coming. How can you be sheikh when you follow someone blindly and you claim that you do not understand Quran and Sunnah? So inshallah, first I'm going to quote those hadith where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has forbidden that no sunnah should be prayed when iqamah for fard is given. No sunnah. The morning sunnah you can pray it after. There are hadith, Rasulullah saw one sahabi and he was praying after morning prayer. Fard. He said, what were you praying? He said, I did not pray my sunnah. So he did not say anything. First hadith is in Sahih al-Bukhari as well. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says in Sahih Muslim, إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا صلاة إلا المكتوبة. When iqamah is given, there is no salah except the fard salah. So there is no sunnah. Salat bil jama'ah is fard. You join it. You do not pray the sunnah and then join. No. Rasulullah sallam says it's in Sahih Muslim, كتاب الصلاة المسافرين باب كراهة الشروع في نافلة. This hadith is mentioned there, hadith number 1644. Rasulullah sallam says, إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا صلاة للمكتوبة. Fard salah, that's it. You cannot pray any other salah. Same hadith is mentioned in Ibn Habban as well from Abu Huraira. إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا صلاة إلا المكتوبة. There is no nawafil sunnah when iqamah for fard is given. That's it, stop it. Some people might say, okay, Rasulullah sallam might have made exception, that you can pray the two sunnah. This is what I heard from that person as well. So I'm going to respond to that as well. But let me first quote this hadith. Rasulullah sallam said, إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا صلاة إلا المكتوبة. When iqamah is given, there is no salah except the first salah. He was asked, قيل يا رسول الله ولا ركعتي الفجر. Even the two sunnah of fajr, clear hadith. Rasulullah sallam says, قال ولا ركعتي الفجر. Not even the two sunnah of morning. This hadith is mentioned in Sunan al-Kubra al-Bayhaqi, volume 2, 473, page 83, page number. So that's why we say sometimes that taqleed can be shirk. This is clear hadith, and I'm going to mention about more than 20 same hadith, with good wording, but yet they don't follow this. How clear you want Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to say that you cannot pray the sunnah when iqamah is given? But the Hanafi says, no, you can pray. There is no harm. Pray it in a corner. So Rasulullah sallam says, لا صلاة إلا المكتوبة ولا ركعتي الفجر. One Sahabi, he was Iqama was given and he was praying the two sunnah, Rasulullah sallam passed by and فَرَى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رجل يصلي والمؤذن يقيم. Muadhin was given Iqama and فقال أتصلي الصبح أربع? Is the morning prayer 4 rakat? He was praying, Rasulullah sallam passed by and he said to him, is the morning salat 4 rakat? Meaning that the 2 rakat that you're praying, you think is more important than the Iqama which is given for the first salah? Clear hadith, Rasulullah sallam has forbidden Sahabi from this act. This hadith is present in Sahih Muslim, Kitab Salatul Musafirin. Another hadith, no? دخل رجل المسجد ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في صلاته. Rasulullah sallam was praying, and a person entered, and then the person started to pray the sunnah. And when Rasulullah sallam finished salah, and he asked him, أبصلاتك وحدة أم بصلاتك معنا? Which salah was fard for you? The salah which were you praying alone, and salah which you prayed with us. Which one were you think to be fard? So it's clear refutation. Rasulullah sallam is refuting him that how can you pray the sunnah while Iqama is given and we are praying the fard salah? We are praying the fard salah. Another hadith is present in Muslim, Sahih Muslim as well. Another hadith, جاء رجل في صلاة الصبح فركع ركعتين ثم دخل فلما قضى الله صلاته قال يا فلان. He came to masjid, one of the Sahabi, and he prayed 2 rak'ah. And when he finished, Rasulullah sallam told him, يا فلان أيهما صلاتك التي صلاتك معنا وصلاة التي صليت لنفسك? Which salah you think was fard? The salah which the sunnah you prayed and you did not join the jama'ah, which one were you thinking to be fard? So he's telling him, do not pray the sunnah when you enter the jama'ah. Iqama is given, there is no salah. They said full stop. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling him, and these are authentic hadith from Muslim. I'm not quoting any. Some people are spreading this misconception that we only believe in hadith of Muslim and Bukhari. No, any authentic hadith, but I'm quoting to you which you do not have a doubt on it, the most authentic hadith. So Rasulullah sallam told him, which hadith, which salah was fard for you, There is another hadith. Rasulullah sallam, this hadith is mentioned in Muslim, Imam Ahmad as well. Rasulullah sallam said, إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا صلاة إلا التي أقيمت. When Iqama is given, there is no salah except for the one which is Iqama. The Iqama is given, meaning the fard salah. You cannot pray nafal, sunnah, nothing. Join the jama'ah. And same hadith is present, Rasulullah sallam saw people, they were praying, the 2 rak'ah quickly. خرج النبي كريم صلى الله عليه وسلم حين أقيمت الصلاة فرأى الناس يصلون ركعتين بالعجلة فقال الصلاتين معه فنهى أن يصلي في المسجد إذا أقيمت الصلاة. Imagine, not even salah hasn't even started, Iqama is given. People are rushing to pray the 2 rak'ah. Rasulullah sallam said that do not pray when Iqama is given, the nawafil, the sunnah in the morning. Do not pray it. So these are the clear hadith which forbids one from praying the sunnah in the morning. Then that person mentioned few hadith. He said that we can pray it in the masjid in the corner. First, if you see the Hanafi says you have to recite Fatiha, and you don't recite Fatiha. If Quran is recited, you keep quiet. So how can you pray the 2 sunnah in the masjid when Quran is recited in the masjid? Are you going against your own madhab? Because this is what we said, their usul are lame. They don't even match. One place they say one thing, another they go other way. You claim that when Quran is recited, you be quiet. And you're telling people to read the 2 sunnah. And then he quoted a hadith from Aisha. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ركعتين الفجر خير من الدنيا وما فيها. The 2 rak'ah in the morning are better than this all world and whatever it has. It means that this 2 rak'ah has importance. It does not mean that you prayed while even Fard Salah is standing. Why you confuse the 2 hadith between? This hadith means that you pray the 2 sunnah, not even if you are traveling you pray it. Don't miss it. This is what it means. If you don't have time when iqamah is given in the morning, pray it after. It is allowed, as I quoted hadith. But why confuse people or quote hadith against which Rasulullah said? And then he quoted a asar from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. He had some book, I'm not sure, a hadith or ahli hadith, something, from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. That is simple usul. When marfu hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam comes, we follow hadith. This usul is for every single person. Every usul book, if you take, this is what we know. If authentic hadith of Rasulullah sallam comes, we wouldn't say, okay, what did Sahabi did? No. With respect to them, we go for the hadith. We ask them. Abu Umar who says, if a person touches a woman, his wudu is broken. The Hanafi says no. Why? Because Rasulullah touched. They do not go for the asar of Umar. Same about Abbas who used to say that mut'a is allowed. Why wouldn't you go for that? Umar who used to say there is no tayammum for a person who is junub, but they don't go for that. Bilal who used to say you can slaughter chicken for dhabaha, for Eid. They don't go for that. Many things we can mention. So this is usul. If authentic narration of Rasulullah comes and action of Sahabis against it, we go with the hadith, with due respect to the Sahabi. Because this is what Quran is saying to us. Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul. Obey Allah and His Prophet. Wa ulil amr minkum, and those who have ilm, scholars. Umar who used to say there's no Hajj Tamattu. His son Ibn Umar will say no, there is. Why? Because his son would say Rasulullah used to do it. So we say the same. And plus this narration is not Sahih. This is narrated from Abu Ishaq, and about him it's written in Jarh al-Ta'dil books that he did not meet Zuhra bin Mawiyah. He did not meet him. So this narration is not authentic. And then he quoted some narration, another from Mu'jam Tabrani Kabir from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, that when Salah was given he would come and he would pray. This narration is also not authentic. This is from Sufyan al-Thawri, and he is a mudarris. When he says an, this is ana. He is doing tadlis. So the narration is not authentic. He mentioned one narration from Abdullah ibn Umar as well, that he would pray 2 rak'ah. Ibn Umar, he would pray from Tahawi, he narrated. But the narration does not specify. It says Ibn Umar would pray 2 rak'ah, but where, when? He did not specify. Not like the Hanifis when Iqamah is given and he would pray. No, nothing like that is mentioned. Same, he mentioned one asar from Abbas radiallahu anhu. He did not even mention when would he pray and how. So to cut it short, hadith are clear. There are 24 hadith, more than that. Rasulullah says do not pray. So inshallah stick to the sunnah and do not be a person who goes against the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum.